on on YouTube. Okay, so Mr. Do, I have yeah. That's cool. So I just point out 6 points. You see that move 8, 20, 29, 42, 63, and 76. So I make 6 points. So let's start from the first point. Okay, so I think this one is an overplay. This one is an overplay. So the reason is that your answer is very correct, and this is very good because let's make a comparison. Okay, so usually we play Chinese opening or mini Chinese opening like this, and if white invade, and the this will be the this one will be the like the juice key here. So white can successfully sell down here because at least he can have a little area for himself, a little house. So therefore, we can see that white has already sold down here because it's not easy for black to kill. But now compared to this one, after black gets into the corner, white cannot play this because this is too small. Okay, so this is the problem for white. Yeah. Okay, let's continue. So your attack is just like professional attack. This is perfect. And now I think this move, I maybe mark this one as a question mark because actually if I were black, I will play this one. The reason is that you can compare two sides because actually if you play this one, we know the black, I mark it as a rectangle in the corner. So because you play this one earlier, and now white have a choice of playing this. If you want to escape, he can cut. So this cut would be a really uh serious defect of you. Yeah, painful. Yeah, really painful. So if you defend here, he can play this, and this is different with your game. This is different with your game because actually I think this is a good choice for white. He can sell down right now, and also he blocked black into the corner. And this one actually you can play this, and I just need to get some. I just need to neglect, and I can play what I want. But actually, Mr. Gary, he's a little bit nervous because of your perfect attack. But before he invade, he need to sell down his group on the right side. So my suggestion is that he need to play this one. So this will be a really nice opening for white, and for black I think it's acceptable. But the better choice is that you play this one. So I believe the A point would be still incentive for you. Okay, this will be still an incentive for you. So first you can settle on yourself on the one side, then you can keep attack. So this is the point 2. I recommend white to sell down first, and then invade, and now invade is a little bit overplay. Okay, yes, now I think this is a really serious moment. Before this it's just like come back to our we talk it frequently. So yes, for Q player, before you attack, you need to check uh, if your group has already steady, very solid, very steady. Yes, now you see this is a really obvious defect. He can push and cut A, B, C, three moves, and now is you're just like a boxer. Okay, so you want to you want to attack your opponents, but your legs is just like stand really open, and he can attack you every minute, every moment, every second he wants. Okay, so this move actually I want to see the point 3, and also this is yeah, and this is very important because he can cut your group here, and if he plays this one immediately, he successfully connect everything, and you see that two of blacks yeah becomes very strong, and the most important thing that is that he got points, he connect with points. If he connect with no points, you still can accept this result, but now he connect with point. This is very unacceptable, Mr. Do. I think this is very yeah. This is no actually we cannot say it's game over, but it's really bad for you. Really bad for you. Okay. So before you attack, you need to check if your moves, your groups are very solid. I think this one is necessary. Even before this move, because he can play this right now. This is very important. If you play this one to attack, he can play this and go out. But if you play this one, so this will be a really complicated fight. But this is a really nice opportunity for white to cut. I think before that you need to reinforce yourself. Okay, so this is too big. You need to reinforce, and I think Mr. Gary would answer you here, and then you can attack whatever you want. This is a really nice option. I think your strategy or your moves on in the attack is very mature. You are going to be a really strong player, right? This attack is very strong, but the problem is that yeah, not knowing the defense. But actually, I think now you should know that yeah, you see that with attack you got points, so your attack is good. But the problem is that you have a very bad mistake. You have a very bad defect here. So now you block and being cut. So here one suggestion is that before you sacrifice your stones here, you can think about this. You still got a chance to make leave. I know this is a little bit difficult for you. I know this is a little bit difficult. But before you sacrifice, because you block these two stones, these two brothers are died. That is dead. Okay, these two stone is dead. But before that, you can think about this. Yeah, you can think about, can I save my two brothers? Can I save my two little brothers here? Okay, so now you see, okay, I reinforce myself here. But okay, so now the fight on the bottom side or the bottom half is over. So let's make a conclusion here. So first we count the points. For white, it's about 20 points in total. For black, it's about 27 or 28 points. But seems that black gets some benefits, but one problem is that black is still got one weak group. So white, obviously, white is leading right now. And usually there is a very important thing for Q player, for dumb player, even for professional player. The problem is that how to turn the advantage to winning. Okay, so this is a very difficult question, but for Q player, I just need you to learn one thing here. That is rolling a snowball. How to interpret that is that, okay, I'm leading now, and how can I rolling my advantage just like rolling a snowball, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and if it big to an extent, just like now I lead about 5 points, and I just rolling my snowball of advantage, and after I rolling several times, it might be 20 points or 30 points, then I cannot lost this game. Okay, so now it's a really nice timing for white to rolling his snowball. So, and my suggestion is that you need to get big points, or the big points is everywhere on the top. So when you or Mr. Gary or everyone in the C group are very, I don't know where to play. I don't know how to do in this at this moment. So you just think about, do I need to reinforce here? Is my which is the biggest point here? Well, everyone is settled down. What should I do? So obviously, I think the upper side has more big points. So this one or this one is really big, and obviously black got this one. So the right thing for black, Mr. Do, you played very nice move, is that you are going to close the gap between you two, and I think this block is on the bad side. You need to think about that. Which side do you prefer? If you prefer the left side, you block left. Which side is bigger? Yeah. So seems that the easiest one is that you count. Here are, so let's count 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 4 5. Yes, 5 and 4 here. So this is an easiest way, and also another way is that you block this side. Let's see, when you are going to talk about the bigger side, you're going to make a conclusion just like make a decision here. You block this side and you let your opponents to make this decision. Okay, I think this would be a really nice decision for you, because although he lives here, you got the upper side. This upper side is too big. I think this will be acceptable. So you block this side, and so when we talk about which side is bigger, first we count the point. The second, we think about the thickness. So in the game, you let your opponents get this side, and we see obviously these two stones, number 1 and number 2, is much more weaker than number 3 and number 4, because number 3 and number 4 is really solid. It's just like a wall here, and number 1 and number 2 is much weaker. So definitely now we got the conclusion here. You need to block this side. Okay, if we play the same variation on the top, and let's compare 11 moves. Okay, another 11 moves. Definitely white prefer this one. Okay, let's continue. I think this one is good. I think this one is good, and you keep pressure on white. This is also good. This is also good. And white play this one. This is too he fears. He fears. I think if I were white, I would like to Tenoki. I would like to expand my territory here. I should consider the strength. Yes, yes, you're right. And here got the number. Let's see, number 63, and then 0.5. So, do you know the defect of black on the top right corner? If I Atari, you need to connect. What if I descend here? You cannot block this side because I can cut, I can bend. You cannot block me, right? You cannot block me, right? You will be killed. Your stones will be killed. Okay, and you bend here, and I crawl. Obviously, I got 4 liberties. You got 3. Okay, so this is very important. So everyone need to know the defect of this area. So therefore, usually when black honey, white honey, black must extend. And this one is very acceptable, and this is very good chance for white. Atari and descent. So now the only choice for black is play here, and I settle down with a big corner. I get your corner, and I return transfer your corner to my corner. This is very big. Very bad move of 63. You play this one, you almost kill your game. Okay, and I think this is not acceptable for you, and I hope you can remember this, Mr. Do. I think this is very important. This is very important. Okay, so you have to know the defect of this corner. After this Joseki, yes, great. So this one is Sente for white. Yes, I see your in progress. I have seen your progress. Your progress is that you know how to play the game, but sometimes you have defect. Your defect is that you cannot kill your opponents, or you have some details, some problems in the detail. Detail is very important sometimes. And now we see both of you neglect this. Okay, yes, okay. Anyway, we just talk about this game. So for this area, you two neglect this defect, and I think this defect is so important. It's so important. Okay, so this attach is good. This attach is good. I think that you have you have make every efforts to make the game closer. And Mr. Gary seems that he is very good at one side, that when he leads, he's very cautious. When he leads, he's really careful. He is just want to win this game, and he played very solid, just like this one. If I were white, I definitely will just go out. I want to kill everything of black because I won't just attack. I just want to attack. Okay, but this one is another way. But this one also have risk. If I just play very overplay, I played some overplay moves, and I will lose the game. But just like Mr. Gary, he make everything very steady, and he will win the game. Okay, so he sell down his groups, but I think this move is my point 6 and last point. But so what I want to say is that white has already settled down here. Okay, but I think that he might have still have some questions. He still have some worries about this area. But what I want to mention is that when you are leading, you want to transfer the advantage into you want to transfer your advantage to the winning. Okay, the first way is that you play very steady. Mr. Gary has done it. But the number 2 is when you are turning your game from the winning from advantage to winning, you play steady, but you cannot hurt your stones. Now we see the group on the bottom side is a little bit weaker. So if Mr. Do you play this, I think white's group is a little bit dangerous. At first, I think this Atari is really bad because I, I believe that he neglect this, or he doesn't know this. So this one, white, after this exchange, white lost about 20 points. This is a big loss. Sorry. And Mr. Do, the shape of black is here, and you need to remember that, because before you play this kind of moves, you still need to compare which side of white is weaker, which side you need to give more pressure. Because if all the white stones are dead, you can play this because you can get more points. But now you see you are the one that you need to be more thick. You are the one need to be more. You need to settle down here. Okay, so you need to give pressure to your opponents, and if he play this, first is that you got a card here, A, B, C. You can kill the black stones, but this one is not really good right now. This is for emergence. And then after you play this, you got a Senti, and you can play this. Okay, so this one is a bad shape. You got no eyes here, and he successfully kills every eye of you, and now I think he plays really bad because now white gives you the last chance. Okay, the last chance. Okay. So first, just play, don't think. Okay, I think you have improved a lot. When I first see your game, yes, it's just like what you said right now, what you say right now. But now I think you have improved a lot. Okay, so first we just focus on the game. First, you have this cut, right? You can cut here, but you can remain it. Okay, I first will 0.7. Okay, so before you cut, you can play this. Now you might tell me that, okay, teacher, I think that the black group is still not alive. But whatever, you are not leading, so you need to play every move very fast. You need to grab every opportunity. So you play this one too. This is the move that you told white, okay, I cut you off. You choose one side, the left side or the right side. If you block here, I will kill your group here. And if you cannot kill my groups on the top, I win the game. But if you cannot kill, or if you kill, I lost the game. If you cannot, I win the game. So this is just like a gamble. Okay, Mr. Gary. So now this is the best opportunity. But for Mr. Gary, definitely he got a better choice here. Just like this. If he play this one, I think he would win the game. Okay. So another thing is that I can teach you one Tisuji here, which is also steady way for black. Okay, so now I think black can play something like this. So if you do not block me, I can get back at this point. And if you block, I can make this attach. So this would be a very complicated area, and I think if black wants, he can make some miracle here. But what I recommend you to play is to play this one, because this is more simple. This is much more simple. Okay, Mr. Gary. Hello, Mr. Nicholas. Welcome back. Okay, I think this one is much simple than the move in your game. Okay, so after you play this one, he successfully connect everything, and I think white is leading now. I try to find but feel different. Yeah, good. The process you try to find it out is very good. So Mr. Gary made another mistake. He honey. Now I think you are in trouble, because at least he can got 5 stones here. Because you play here, I think he can bend, and you cannot block him. Okay. Anyway, I think you two still need to improve on the one point, that is the shape, because you can still cut. You can still cut. Okay. So you finally you let white make leave everything, and I have seen the progress of Mr. Gary. That is, he can find everything here. Oh yes, this connect is very impressive. This connect is very impressive. Okay, so this is his improvement, and this game is just like a dumb player game. I can give you this. This is my evaluation. I think this one game is just like a dumb player game, because you two, when I saw Q players game, especially a 5Q or a 10Q player, even 5Q, 8Q, 10Q, they are just like, you made one mistake, I made one mistake. Whose mistake take if you find out your opponent's mistake, then you are then you win. You find out my mistake, you win the game. But this game, your game against Mr. Gary, this is just like you set a trap. If your opponents step inside, you win the game. If your opponents doesn't step into your traps, but you step into your opponent's trap, then you lost. Okay, so this is a very smart game. So you are going to find out the beauty of the Go game. That is just like setting traps. Okay, so one day that you set a trap and your opponent step inside and you win the game, that you will be very happy. And now you see that you are setting traps, but usually the traps are really easy and your opponents can easily find it out. When you are stronger, the traps is getting more and more difficult, both for you and for your opponents. So and then this will be very interesting. Okay, so now my last conclusion is that this is your losing move. Okay, this is your losing move because before you attack, you need to stand steady. Before you attack, you need to stand steady. This is the almost the third time I mentioned this to Q player. Before you attack, you must stand steady, just like you made your punch, and several moves later, your opponents cut your tails, and you cannot stand really steady, and your opponents get points and connected. Everything you lost. This is very bad story for you. Okay, so this is your game. Okay, we'll stop your game here, and we will review Mr. Nicholas' game. Okay, yeah. Prepare for before attack is very important. Uh, when I were young, when I was about 12